This week's Teen Book Talk is the book March, Book 1, by John Lewis, Andrew Aden, and Nate Powell. It is a graphic novel autobiography of Congressman John Lewis, starting with his childhood and going through his participation in the civil rights movement. Congressman John Lewis represented Georgia's 5th District from 1986 until he passed away on July 17th of this year at the age of 80. This is the first book in the March trilogy that tells the story of how he became involved in the civil rights movement. The story is told through flashbacks as the congressman is preparing to attend President Barack Obama's inauguration speech. He is showing a mother and her sons various photos and items around his office and telling his story. Two of the most memorable parts for me are the humorous part of when he talks about how he grew up on a farm in Alabama and he took care of the family chickens and practiced giving sermons to his feathery congregation. And then more seriously, when he talks about attending a workshop given by Jim Lawson on nonviolence and how it changed his life. He and several of his fellow classmates actually practiced being nonviolent, meaning that they took turns play acting, being the aggressor and being the nonviolent protest participant. It's really incredible what they accomplished and what they set out to do, knowing as they were preparing that they were likely to be arrested, beaten, and even possibly killed during their peaceful marches and sit-ins. The illustrations are only in black and white, but so much emotion and so much meaning is conveyed through the use of the simple art and the straightforward narrative. I highly recommend this graphic novel to anyone interested in learning more about the late congressman or about the American civil rights movement. All 3 graphic novels in this series are available through the Hoopla app with your Fayetteville Free Library card, or we own all 3 as print books, so you can place a hold and pick it up from the library. Another great graphic novel based on true events during the civil rights movement is The Silence of Our Friends by Mark Long and Jim Dimenakos, also illustrated by Nate Powell. And if you're interested in more graphic novel autobiographies that address difficult times during racial injustices in the United States, try They Called Us Enemy by George Takei, which addresses the Japanese internment camps in the United States during World War II. I do have a brief content warning for language and violence. It's important to understand the context. The setting for this graphic novel is in the United States, in the segregated South, at the beginning of the civil rights movement. So the derogatory language and racially motivated violence are historically accurate. Happy reading.